everybody. Alongside Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, let's dive right in. What are you looking forward to in this one?
Yeah, just about everything, Kate. But these are two such evenly matched teams. You and I know there's going to be 2, 3, 4 plays in this game that will likely define the outcome. That is the beauty of the NFL each and every weekend. Each and every Thursday and Sunday and Monday night. They come down to a couple plays. Who will they be? What will they be? When will they be? Tune in and watch.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Stopped on the play by Zadarius Smith.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Operating from the gun, here's May. Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Texans are in the nickel, 3rd down. From the gun, it's May. This is complete. It's Davis. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. They get 22 out of that play. And the Steelers have a 1st down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
And he's going to have this one down to the 20. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Here goes tonight.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Saquon Barkley, the intended target. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
The 3rd down throw falls incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
One of the league's elder statesmen knocks it through. And they get 3 on their first series. Hope to build on that in the drives ahead.
Not quite the same roar out of the crowd, Kate, that you're going to get with a touchdown, but still plenty of noise coming down, and that defense now gets to take the field with the lead.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Return coming from the 6. He's brought down just inside the 25. Texans to the line. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And this play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. All set to go now from the 35.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Blue 50!
Stafford now off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense to the line fast.
A loss of 4 yards. It's 2nd down.
The Steelers calling their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Need to get that yardage back and a little bit more, too. It's 2nd and 14. Stafford from the gun. Dumps it off to his running back. And he gets back to the line, but no more. He goes to the hurry up here.
No gain on the play. And it brings up third down.
Third and long now for Stafford. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Stephon Gilmore. And the Steelers get the football on the first turnover of the contest.
Intercepted. The Steelers take over first and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Going play action. May. And that is how our first quarter will end as that pass falls incomplete. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through one quarter. Just 3-0 is our score. More Madden Ultimate Team action coming up on EA Sports. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They still have 10 to go here. It's second down. He's got it. Looks like the feet are in bounds, too. Oh, I don't believe it. That one goes for 31 yards. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got first and 10 from the red zone. From the red zone on first. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers parlay the interception into points. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. It kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
Brings in the kick at the 9. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's first and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. Quite the start to that drive, huh, partner? First play sets him up at the 38.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Play action now for Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Second down.
Offense in the hurry up here. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Throwing the out route complete. And the stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. They get 27 on the play. And it'll be first down, Houston.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's a counter give to Robinson. His charge towards the line. It's right around 3 yards. So second and 6 awaits on the other side. And we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Acrisure Stadium in just a moment. Second and 6 coming up here. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they're not going to give him an inch on this second down play. Good job containing that run right at the line.
It's pretty clear you're trying to find ways to get this player in space, right? That's where he's most dangerous. But the defenders made sure they kept him contained and limited what came to that one.
Stafford now on third down. This one's caught. Smith has it. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. 7 yards on that pickup. And it'll be a first down, Texans. New set of downs for him from the 31.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
On first down, here's Stafford. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up second down.
Second down.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Brought down by Fred Warner. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. Defense gunning for a stop here. It's third down. Here he goes, third and long. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he eats a huge hit as he tries for the marker. Almost nothing after the catch that time, Brock. It's going to be fourth down. Sanders sends it through. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
That's tremendous execution right there. Really using every bit of time they had left in a methodical drive. Paying off with points. And remember, they'll get the ball to start the second half as well.
Return starts from the goal line.
Just look at everyone flying down the field. And when they fly down the field, they got 2 things in mind, Kate. Number 1, get the returner down. And number 2, separate the ball if you can. It's rare that it happens, but it sure is exciting when it does.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. Angling this one in from the right hash to challenge here. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he needed a lot more power there. It came down a ways away from the landing zone, and they're going to start the possession up at the 40. Robinson on the inside give. This one is stopped after about a 5-yard pickup. The tackle made it to 45.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
On second down, Robinson. Stopped after a gain of 2. That's going to bring up third down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
250.
Now Stafford to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
The only move this offense is making is toward the line, Brock. They're going for it, 4th and 3.
Lady.
Looking to throw. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, it looks like, at that 37-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. We've set it down from the 37.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
First down, May. Rolling out to his left. Builds up this one off to his running back, complete. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Gain of 15 there. And the Steelers have a first down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
May now from the gun. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. And that's a gain of 13. And it sets him up with first and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Here's May again. It's a screen to Barkley. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers push their lead further to start the half. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this two-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. He fields it from the 8. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
First and 10, around to Robinson. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. And it's not just in quarterbacks, Brock, you already got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Working quickly here. Third and long for him here. They connect on the deep shot. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line.
28 yards. And the Texans first down.
3 quarters in the books from this one. It's the Texans who have it to start here, and they come in trailing on the scoreboard. First and 10 from the 43.
White.
Stafford now. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got second down.
You know, that is such a bummer because as a quarterback, you got to give your receiver enough space and enough real estate to make that catch in bounds. That was off just enough to carry the receiver to the sideline before he could have stepped.
Brought in inside the 20. This is going to take him into the red zone. He's down at the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Stafford's going to throw once more. Going right back to Kincaid. Complete. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
Brings up second and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Stafford throwing again. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans now within 1 score in the 4th. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. but at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Now Stafford again. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. So a little pressure alleviated by the touchdown, but plenty still remains. Going to need to manufacture another trip to the end zone as they trail by 5.
This feels a little bit like a golf event to me, Kate, where those golfers will spend a big round not even looking at the scoreboard, not even know where they sit. But then when it gets down to winning time, they do know exactly what they need. If you consider that golf analogy, well, this team now needs a birdie when it matters the most.
All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play. But it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's May. Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this 3rd down.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Got to cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
He's back to throw. And this is another one too close to that defender, Brock. Knocked away again, and this time it forces 4th down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4. He'll throw it. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
It's a turnover.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
Stay 50, stay 50.
1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Has it at the 7. And they haul him to the ground there. Even 25 on that play. And that will set up 1st and goal.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says 2 things in every production meeting. Number 1, well, we got to stop the run. And number 2, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
They're going to run with Barkley. And they make a stop at the last minute. It's a game down to the 1. 6 yards from there. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
White. Ready. Tonight.
Robinson. Will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line. The Steelers calling their first time out. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Here's another for him. And he's going to find the end zone this time. Touchdown, Houston.
Touchdown, Houston.
The Texans have taken the lead late. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
And he made the line of scrimmage, but not that goal line. Defense there to shut down that 2-point attempt. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Here's Smith on the return. Making some progress here. And he showed some nice bursts on that run back, didn't he? Getting them all the way out to their own 40.
Trailing by 1 score late here, Kate. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into it. Good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
Setting up to pass. Completed over the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Complete to Justin Jefferson. 10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches. At the 50
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's second and inches. He'll look to throw it. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. He's got it inside the 10. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
First and goal at the 8-yard
Well, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. Barkley trying this up the gut. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal. Houston calls it second timeout. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
8-yard line.
It's second and goal. They go to him again. And his defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone. Final timeout called by the Texans. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
This may be one of the only spots in goal-to-goal situations I wouldn't even consider a run. Now, as a quarterback, you better be aware of those eyes defensively because they're going to be all over you in the passing game.
And it's incomplete on third and goal. Trying to find his tight end. And now it's decision time on fourth and goal.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
That one is good! And they're going to take the lead inside the final minute.
You know what I love about that, Kate? He didn't shrink from the spotlight. He seized the moment, made it his own. And that kick might just win them this game.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, first and 10. Back to throw. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up second down.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays and discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns. And usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
Just over 40 seconds to play as they line up. Second and 10. Here he is to throw. That's complete inside the 35. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. Time not on their side here as they get set for first down. No timeouts remaining either.
22! At 80!
Running out of the gun with Davis. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. They've got to keep moving quick here.
He's brought down by Ryan Shazier. A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8. At the 23.
And they get this spiked at about the last possible moment, Bronx. So now, this game's going to come down to a field goal try. An entire game coming down to this try by Jason Sanders. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. Now it all comes down to the veteran, confidently marching out for this moment. This from 40 on the right hash. The kick is good. He got it. And the third time he puts it through will be the charm. They've won it. So the Texans come away with the road win. And it took everybody at the end. First to set up that field goal, and then for him to go out and win it with that accurate kick. It wasn't a dominating win by any means, partner, but a great show of resiliency to fight back and steal it away. So that's going to do it for us here at EA Sports. This has been another presentation of Madden Ultimate Team. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Pittsburgh.
Something takes a part of me, something lost and never seen. Every time I start to believe, something taken from me. Life's gotta always be messing with me. Can't it chill and let me be free? Can't I take away all this pain? Sometimes I cannot take this place. Sometimes it's my life I can't taste. Sometimes I cannot feel my face. You'll never see.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
How does the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away? And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when they're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
At the 34-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Swift. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
Brings up second and
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area, that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting. And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on third down. And third down defense going to be vital in this game, able to knock that one away and force a fourth down.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They'll try and throw for it with Elway. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Elway now off of play action. That one out wide and intercepted. And the Texans are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And now Stafford's going to move him around. Second and 9 now. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. We're scoreless after 1. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
22. We go set. Set.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a second down and 9.
Blue 60. And middle. Stop.
Back to throw, Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Here's Higgins out on the right side. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 33. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 down at the 33. Back to the ground with Robinson. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And they'll try and pick it up with Allstott, the fullback. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Lady! Alert!
They'll try the air now with Stafford. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Jaden Higgins, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. Looking here for Smith downfield. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Texans will take over here just shy of the 30. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. from the gun. Here's Stafford. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. Second down and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
Now Stafford, he's going to change things up.
At the 46-yard line.
Second and 4. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Ready. Waiting. Stop.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Now a 2nd and 10.
Set. Waiting. 32.
Throwing is Stafford. Throw left side to Higgins. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will stay a one-score game as the lead will hold at 6. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
21.
Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Higgins. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
Set. Yellow waiting. Middle. Moving hot.
Here's Stafford. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got him. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
White.
Now they'll shift things around. Robinson up the middle. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Stafford now to throw. This taken in by Kincaid. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Dalton Kincaid, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. But DeMeco Ryans, even with the defensive mindset, he'll elect to go for 2 here.
The Texans will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll give it to the fullback up the middle.
An successful attempt at the two-point conversion. And it was a triple option play, and they chose option one, handing it to the fullback, and that's not normal.
And sometimes you just miss your read key, right?
Yeah, I think so. And sometimes they actually call that, thinking that maybe everyone will bypass the fullback going out to the tailback or the quarterback. But in this case, they overwhelmed him and stopped him.
And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Here's Elway to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Holt. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
19-18.
Play action. Elway. And that's out to the flat for Swift. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Elway. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Now it's Elway. Throw left side complete. That's Holt. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them locked on their heels.
Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Second and 10.
Let's go now.
Motion left, Smith.
60 Bison.
From the gun, it's Elway. Smith catches left side. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. And captain comeback John Elway, Charles, he's trying to do it again here.
47 regular season comeback victories in his career. But I think the stat that really leaps out at me, 12 times he did it in the playoffs. That's winning time.
Elway to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a 1st down.
Swift fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Second down, goal to go.
Cougar 19.
Now it's Elway. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Here's Elway. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's a manner start on this very field for the Raiders, Charles Woodson. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other. Every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
26-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. And they're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Texans are going to have the shot.
Twisting my words and bringing it to pass. Baby, you know that you better than that. I don't got time to deal with the drama. I want the Chanel and I got your back. I promise that I would've never gotten phoned if I knew I would get so attached. I promise that I would've never hit the road if I knew that you weren't coming back. Was it too much to ask for? You know that I had you. You know that I would've did anything, anything that you asked for. You know that I had you. I know that you know I gave everything.
Stressing, quit stressing. You should already know how I'm stepping. Saying you want love for the essence. This time I'll be the one to address it. No ABCs, but I got that for your efforts. Smooth and clean for the necklace. Being that voice in the trenches, so tell me what's your preference. I'ma keep my cool if you stay composed. And when your boy gets home, I don't wanna hear no chat about. If you ain't got proof, then leave it alone. I'm on the road trying to keep us afloat. While you want space and a reason to grow. If things are best left kept on the low, then I think you should leave that after the tone.
Was it too much to ask for? You know that I had you. You know that I would've did anything, anything that you asked for. You know that I had you. I know that you know I gave everything.
See, I would've done anything for you. Now you won't pick up when I call you. It was late night texting to a yawning. Nowadays I'm overthinking till the morning. Switched up and turned without a warning, but I know my heart forever bleed. Truth is the strangers like magicians. Never knew them tricks were up your sleeve.
Hey, I'm sick of this back and forth. It's starting to get contagious. I had to put the bridges out you built. What I felt inside would have been outrageous. Stop acting, think I believe that. That's catfish, poor performance. What's your number, please, or contact. Buzz you up so I can call that a ballin'.
Can't tell me like, what do you want? Yeah, tell me like, what do you need? French tip when you're doing your feet. New LV when you fly overseas. Call plumbing cause I'm at a... Been swimming cause I'm in a deep. Don't call me, you already know. I'm on the road and you for the streets.
Young and ain't the same. I guess we're on different things. I guess now we're distant strangers. You said it's no fun to blame, but I was not the one to change. 'Cause I was not the one to save you. And you were my everything. Now I regret everything. I wanted you here with me, but you didn't want that. I'm doing anything. I don't know what's you're in. I wanted you here with me, but it was too much to ask for. You know that I had you. You know that I would've did anything, anything that you asked for. You know that I had you. I know that you know I gave everything.
He's got tattoos, he's bad news. Yeah, that's all anybody's ever said about me. And yeah, I like to cut loose, too. You might think I chose this way of living now, but it chose me. You can hear me coming with a 6-2 humming. Guns N' Roses bumping through a 12 in the floor. I don't need me nothing but a spot out in the country. I smile when they say that I ain't me anymore. Ain't a thing changed round here but the money. You try to mix it up, but let me tell you something. Same in my Dixie, same rowdy bunch with me. I'll be laid up in the dirt before you ever take it from me. So take the boy out the truck, take the boy out the mud. Put him up in a PJ Hill, still trying to get them 40 stuck. So line them up, turn it up and keep it running. Say whatever you want, but I'm anything but new to country. Without a doubt, I've been around. Yeah, everybody knows my name when I show up now. And I've been from New York to LA and every place in between, but they don't do I'll be laid up in the dirt before you ever take it from me. So take the boy out the truck, take the boy out the mud, put him up in a PJ, he'll still try to get them 40 stuck. So line him up, turn it up and keep it running. Say whatever you want, but I'm anything but new to country. Ain't a thing changed round here but the money. You try to mix it up, but let me tell you something. Same in my Dixie, same rowdy bunch with me. I'll be laid up in the dirt before you ever take it from me. So take the boy out the truck, take the boy out the mud, put him up in a PJ, he'll still try to get them 40 stuck. So line him up, turn it up and keep it running. Say whatever you want, but I'm anything but new to country. Yeah, I'm anything but new to country. Yeah, I'm anything but new to country.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once? I am one of those melodramatic fools, neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Paranoid, I watch it. I went to a shrink to analyze my dreams. She says it's like a knife bringing me down. I went to a, he said my life's a bore.